Hello everyone, today on the Hadron Collider Happiness Series we're talking about 12 scientific steps for you to become happy for life. Hello everyone, as mentioned in the intro, we're going to go through 12 scientifically proven steps on how to maintain happiness in your life. Happiness is at the key of human fulfillment, and happy people, whether they're wealthy or no matter the circumstances, enjoy the greatest quality of life. In fact, on their deathbed, most people's number one regret is they wish they were happier and stressed less. So if that's people's number one goal in life, it's important that we spend a little bit of time talking about it. So without further ado, here's step one. Step one in becoming a happy person is to have a sense of wonder. Have you ever met a child who hasn't been totally enthralled by going to a museum or a park or even looking into the night sky? Very often it's the simplest things that can create such excitement. We live in a spectacular universe that's taken almost 15 billion years to create. There's wonder within every organism and every life form and every waterfall and every beach that you go to. Maintaining that sense of wonder and removing yourself from mass media and getting out to nature will allow you to be able to reconnect with happiness without having to spend money. A sense of wonder is the key to continuing to be happy during your entire life. Number two, stay inspired. There's so much inspirational and magical things happening in the world. Now, if you turn the TV on, you're not really showing that. You're showing sitcoms, you're showing beer and cigarette commercials, you're showing politicians fighting, you're showing natural disasters. Now that's a very thin snapshot of what's actually happening in the world. What's really happening in the world? Inspiring things. There's people going out chasing their dreams. There's people giving birth. There's people creating value and donating to charities and touching people and changing their lives. There's inspiration around every corner, and staying inspired is key to happiness. When you're inspired, you don't let little things get you down. Number three, helping others. You truly are what you give, not what you get. I know it sounds corny, but the ability to give to others is a huge part of being happy. As you go through life and you experience more and more things and you learn and you read and you start to embrace more knowledge and some of the mysterious and secret knowledge that was not always available to us, you start to really understand that we are connected. We're all in this together, and I feel that in my bones that we're all in this together. So therefore helping other people ultimately is helping the one, is helping the source. And if it's helping the source, it's ultimately helping you. So helping others is a great way to help yourself, to love yourself more, and to maintain happiness. Number four, do things you're good at. We're all good at certain things. However, a lot of the time we leave that to the wayside and really focus on things that are the right things to do. So an example would be someone who's great at art and loves to paint, who ultimately becomes an accountant. They're not great at being an accountant, they'll never be happy being an accountant. If they were great at art, they must focus on their art. Don't worry about trying to improve things you're not great at. You have certain skill sets that you are naturally drawn to. Remember and find those skill sets and keep practicing and keep being involved in them. If you do what you're good at, your confidence will go through the roof, other people will notice that, and everyone has a special gift to bring to the planet. What's yours? Number five, read books. There's an incredible amount of knowledge within books. Books can't sell you things. There's no Coca-Cola ads in the books. Rupert Murdoch hasn't edited it to make sure you vote for his political party. Books are true vehicles into the source energy of the author, who's generally just a conduit for something outside of themselves. And I would suggest don't just read the classics, which are amazing. Western classics like books by Charles Dickens are amazing. I'd go back a bit further. I'd suggest that the great Western classics are the Iliads or Homer's Odyssey. The Vedas or the Upanishads from India are incredible books. But one book you must read is the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu, a Chinese book that's been translated into English, a magnificent book, and that will really help you understand happiness. Number six, limit television. There's nothing good happening on television, I can guarantee you. I haven't watched television for about 2 years now, and I can tell you that my happiness is through the roof. And the reality is that what TV presents you is a framework for marketing. I know we think TV is there for our entertainment, but that's a byproduct of people being able to advertise. If advertisers didn't pay for television, then the product wouldn't be made, and it's a really vicious cycle. Now, I'm not blaming anyone. I don't think this was self-perpetuated. I think they found they needed sponsors, therefore the artists had to give over their integrity to the sponsors in order to get money to make their television shows. But what I can tell you is you have a couple of choices in life. Do you want to be the person on the sofa watching the people inside the box having fun, or do you want to be the person having fun? You can't have both. Limit your TV. I suggest you watch my video on a 2-week media diet to really give you some tips on how to do that. Number 7, love your work. You're going to spend the majority of your adult life working, and you'll never be great at a job you don't love. You'll never stick to it, and you'll always take shortcuts. Do something you love. I worked out a long time ago. I love connecting and communicating with people and being a conduit for information that isn't the norm, is outside the mainstream. And now I'm doing what I love. I can tell you that every day I wake up, I bounce out of bed. What do you love? We all have something that we love, and turn that into your work. I can guarantee you, if you choose a job for money, you'll blow that money trying to find meaning in life, because you find no meaning in work. If you earn $300,000 a year, and I meet these people all the time, they blow it on gambling and expensive vacations to get away from their work because they're so stressed. Just do what you love. It's the best advice you'll ever have. Exercise. Your body is a vehicle that carries your consciousness through this extraordinary journey we call life. If your body isn't looked after, it will manifest in thought patterns, negative behaviors, and just the energy levels that won't allow you to experience life at its highest levels. Exercise. Cardio is important, but resistance training is incredibly important as well. Evolutionarily, we were nomadic. On the plains of Africa, we would walk for days and days and days, and our body and our digestive cycles all work within the exercise framework. The minute we become sedentary, which is actually now considered the #1 health risk in the world, over smoking and drinking is being sedentary, really can degrade your body and ultimately degrade your mind. Get your exercise. If you love yourself, why wouldn't you look after your body? I have a neighbour who washes his Volkswagen every single weekend for like 2 hours, and I think to myself, he only drives that car for a few hours a week. I wonder how long he spends on his body. He's in his body 24/7, and I hope that he gives the same attention to his body. One of the other keys to becoming happy is face your fears. Fears are like a waterfall. They seem solid on the outside and they seem like they're going to block you, but the minute you walk through them, you feel refreshed, you feel incredible, and you feel like you could take on the world. What's behind your fears is your true life. Your fears are just there to make sure you want it. I think the universe creates fears and roadblocks to be certain that you really want what you're going after. And pushing through your fears is the most exhilarating feeling you could ever have. If you feel it and you fear it, do it anyway, and you'll realize the power and potential you truly have. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. I tell you what, Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or think you can't, either way you're right. No one's going to believe in you until you believe in yourself. Henry Thoreau once said, the world takes the man at his word until he changes his word. And I think that's really about how you can simply decide on what you want to be, and all of a sudden you start manifesting those possibilities. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, many people have gone through life just deciding that they were going to be great and inevitably becoming great. Believe in yourself, because no one else will if you don't. Stay close to family and friends. That's so important. I've heard people say that life is like a transit lobby, and lots of passengers will be coming through your life. Their job is to come and go, and you've got to let them go. Sometimes they'll be going to destinations that you are not. Sometimes they will be going to the same destination, but ultimately as travelers, you will part your ways. With family, they should be there for the whole ride. I know that familiarity breeds contempt, and sometimes we become distant with our family. Why? Because we can, because we know they'll always love us. But don't take that love for granted, because ultimately when our journey ends, we'll regret not rebuilding those relationships. So if you have a family member right now that you feel like you need to connect after this video. Be the better person and allow them to come back into your life. And the final way to be happy, let your heart guide you. I guarantee you that the spirit and the soul that's manifested through your heart is never wrong. Now, it doesn't mean that it's always going to be pretty when you follow your heart, but it does mean you're getting closer to your true path. Your head is a collection of beliefs and stories you've been told that are generally not right. Your heart will always guide you in the direction to your true, authentic self. Follow it, and you'll find that life becomes an amazing journey. I've done a video on following your heart, and you can check that out after this video. So those are the ways to become happy. Remember, The majority of people on their deathbed have one wish, that they would live their life happier. Now, if happiness is the key to life, it could be worth noting down some of these things and asking yourself, how well am I doing in each point? Do I have a sense of wonder? Am I staying inspired? Do I help others? Am I doing what I'm good at? Am I reading enough books? Have I cut the TV out? Do I love my work? Am I exercising enough? Am I looking after my vehicle for my consciousness? Am I facing my fears? What things have I put off recently? Do I believe in myself? Is there anyone in my family that I need to stay close to that have drifted apart? And am I letting my heart guide me, or am I letting the rules and regulations of society guide me? So happiness is there. It's your birthright as a human. It's your birthright as an entity within this universe. Go chase it and good luck. Goodbye. I wore this suit to give you a very serious message. That message is that I have an Instagram account now with thousands of followers. I would love you to join. So check me out at 1 Year Life Challenge on Instagram. I'd love to see you there. Heaps of photos of me topless or in a suit, and I'm happy to listen to your demands. Thank you, and check me out on Instagram.